Morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Hope all is well in your world. It is a rough day here at Enough Said Sports. We're still fortunate to be here, but it was definitely a tough night last night. We ended up going down last night in both contests. Went down pretty hard, and in the first one, it was over before the second quarter even started, and that's the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Brooklyn Nets there. It's definitely a real disappointing performance by the Milwaukee Bucks and whatnot. At least we did hit the over under in both games. We had the Bucks and the Nets under, I believe, 234 and a half or something along those lines. I don't have it right here in front of me, but we were able to hit on that one. But we missed out on Milwaukee plus 1.5, and also Milwaukee to win. They were a far cry from that, and it was super disappointing. So I'm gonna start with the Brooklyn Nets really quick before I get on to the Milwaukee Bucks. Really, really impressed with them. They played with great confidence, great intensity from the tip, and Blake Griffin came out and played great again, and just that energy. They had a lot of want to out there. It seemed like, and they had it going. They could get whatever they wanted, and Kyrie and KD just had their way. And the worst part about it all is that Milwaukee couldn't even stay close enough in the game to where Kyrie and KD had to play big minutes. So those guys only had to play about 30 minutes, 33 minutes or something, and probably didn't even need to play that much. But, just really unfortunate on that end for Milwaukee. But you got to give Brooklyn credit. They played well. They shot it really well from three, 50%. That's hard to deal with when somebody's shooting 50% from three and 53% from the field. They were able to get into the painted area, create open shots for their teammates. It was just a tour de force by the Brooklyn Nets, and man, they're a whole lot better than I thought they were or thought they would be here. They look like a well-oiled machine, and the rest of the NBA is probably in trouble with this team right now. So it's not good news for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks, on the other hand, I'm really, really disappointed in them. Really disappointed in Giannis. He did a very poor job last night, I thought. Overall, settling for that jump shot instead of bulling his way into the painted area. They pretty much looked like, to me, for the most part, had him single covered with a double team late if he got close to the basket there. And he just seemed to be a little indecisive last night, and that allowed Brooklyn to collapse on him whenever he did get close to the basket, and a few times he did. They collapsed on him and caused turnovers. Milwaukee was very, very sloppy. Chris Middleton played horrible. He shot 13 for 43 in this series. It's hard to win games that way. But the biggest issue I have with them is on the defensive end. I mean, you can't let them have both, guys. I mean, the reality of it is I know that the Brooklyn Nets are a handful to defend. I get that. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying they don't have Kyrie and KD, but I mean, they're not unbeatable. And the reality of it is that you can't allow them to consistently shoot their step back, consistently do that, and then also consistently break you down in the paint area. Giannis had some really bad defensive sets against KD, letting him get by him. I mean, you got to live with something, and I think you back off a little bit and just make sure you stop the drive. And if they kill you from three, I think you take your chances with that they won't consistently be able to continue to knock down the three that way. But one thing is for sure, if you let them in the painted area and also let them distribute and also allow them to have open three-pointers, I mean, you're gonna have a long day. And the best sometimes against Brooklyn, I would say your best defense is also your offense, and you got to make sure they're taking the ball out of the net instead of rebounding off of misses or whatever the case may be. I think it's laughable here in Game 3. It's actually going to be on June the 10th. That's going to be Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. I think it's laughable that the Milwaukee Bucks are favored in this contest. They shouldn't be after what we've seen here. I could be totally wrong about this, but what concerns me is not that they lost the first two games. It's the way that they lost the first two games. Let's just face it. They got blown off the floor both times, and there's no indications or no reason to believe that it's going to be any different. This is kind of similar to the Hawks-Knicks series a little bit, in my opinion, where, we had the Knicks picked, and, it was obvious. I mean, after game, I'd say 4, I mean, it was pretty obvious to us at that point that it probably should have been a sweep. The Knicks were lucky to get that one game they got. They just caught fire and made a run and were able to get it late in that contest. And unfortunately, the Hawks are just better than the Knicks were. I mean, they just couldn't do anything with them. And unfortunately, as much as it pains me, because I really liked this Milwaukee Bucks team, I had a lot of confidence in them. I really felt good about them going up against these Brooklyn Nets. I felt like, with James Harden going out was the exact break they needed to enhance their opportunities to win this series. And, man, I don't see it. I don't see it, guys. I don't see it. They're favored by 3.5 in Game 3. I'm taking the Nets plus 3.5 in this one. I'm also taking the Nets to win in this one. I can't resist the points. I just, maybe if the Bucks were 5 or 6 point underdogs, I would look at it. I don't see any way in the world they're going to win this game. I just read an article this morning and then also watched Giannis's press conference. I don't like the tone of that either. It doesn't look good. He's over there talking about, their mindset doesn't change, their approach doesn't change. Yeah, I'm going to just tell you this, okay, Giannis, if you get beat by 39 points, you should probably change your approach. You get blown out of the gym in Game 1. I mean, the final score was deceiving. That game was over. You get blown out of the gym in Game 1. You come out in Game 2. You get blown out of the gym again. I mean, yeah, you shot the 29% from three-point range, but it's not going to make a 39-point difference, okay, unless you're going to shoot 75%. So there's a lot of things to say about this. I'm very, very disappointed with Milwaukee. I'm very, very disappointed with their head coach. I thought he did a very, very poor job. You have to find a way, with that kind of talent to not lose by 39. I mean, the Nets are good, but they're not 39 points better. I mean, it was disgusting what they put out there last night. So I'm going to take actually Brooklyn plus 3.5. I'm going to take them also to win straight up. And I'm going to take the over in the next one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I do think Milwaukee will shoot better. They'll keep it closer, but they sure as heck ain't going to win by 4. So I'll take Brooklyn plus 3.5, Brooklyn to win, and over 234.5 in this next contest in Game 3. So that's what I got, guys. As always, let me know in the comments what you think. I always enjoy interacting with you. Thank you so much for all your support. And we're going to try to get back to our winning ways. We've got a couple games tonight. I've already done the videos for those. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.